always found wonder in the unknown, pushing boundaries in search of new experiences. Being at the mercy of Mother Nature makes me feel most alive. Life, and fishing, is a game of timing. Chance is a common factor, and control is often an illusion. Winter steelhead are one of the more humbling species to target. As they can usually be very aggressive, they can also be very few in numbers. They are legendary fish written about in books and creating internationally famed fisheries from Alaska to California and over to Russia. Roderick Haig Brown was a fly fishing icon, conservationist and writer among many other things. Roderick's writings about fly fishing and steelhead have echoed their way into the culture of fly fishing.
Morning, how's it going?
Hey Josh, how are you, bud?
Good, man. How's the fishing been?
Very good.
Yeah?
Yes. What's on your mind, young man?
You're gonna tell me where all the secret spots are?
No. You have to put your time in.
I wanna go catch some winter steelhead is what I'm thinking.
Well, Josh, if you catch it on gear, it doesn't count.
Alright, I guess I need to put some time in on the fly, eh?
So you're still using a pin?
I don't even use a pin.
You're using what, a level line?
Yeah.
Well, Josh, they don't count. They're too easy. They are too easy.
Yeah.
Now this is what you want to use.
Yeah?
This is what we call in the steelhead world very sexy. That's a single bump tube fly intruder.
Now do the ticket, eh?
That's the ticket.
One of the books you gave me is Trey Combs' Steelhead Fly Fishing.
Yes.
And you referred to that almost as like the Bible.
It is considered to be the Bible for steelhead fishermen.
And so why?
When Trey made that book in the 90s or late 80s, he actually discovered a lot of things that a lot of people didn't understand. And Trey is a very scientific type of guy. And his book tells you where to, how to, what to use, what to understand. You're not going to get a steelhead every day. And so Trey's book was considered the Bible for many, many years. If you wanted to become a steelhead fisherman, you had to read Trey's book, according to most people. Roderick Haig Brown also did some wonderful things back in the 50s and 60s that he also has books that are considered to be Bible-ish. And he's conservation-minded. Trey Combs is conservation-minded. So not only is it about killing fish, it's also about conservation and how to sustain fishery.
As a child, I was told when the wind blows and you see the bottom of the leaf, the fishing is no good. This old fisherman's theory is based off the occurrence of post-frontal conditions. When the storm passes and the skies turn blue and the winds shift to the north, the atmospheric pressure starts rising and the fish feel it. You can say the fish basically get uncomfortable, and many move to more comfortable areas in the water. Barometric pressure is a measure of the atmospheric weight of the air, and the fish sense it through the change of the air pressure in their organs. Mostly affected is their swim bladder, which regulates their buoyancy. Today is post-frontal, and my timing isn't right, but every second on the water counts, and experience is rich in every failure and in every triumph. This fishery is known for genetically large steelhead. The very thought of encountering one of these fish gets my mind reeling and my heart pumping. I'll be approaching this fishery from all angles. Fly fishing will be a big part of it, but if I fail hard, I'm going to move to other techniques.
I explained that a steelhead is a rainbow trout that goes to sea.
but then it comes back to the river of its birth to spawn. This usually satisfies because only a goldfish is better known to the public than a rainbow trout. I have occasionally tried to be more truthful and said that a rainbow trout is actually a resident steelhead, but this explanation can't stand on its own. I must go on to explain that the steelhead is more or less marine, and that resident rainbows will not migrate to sea even if they have the access to do so. They are the same species, but different forms of that same species.
Steelhead science is crazy. I mean, you can get some of the progeny from certain fish that will go out and come back in the winter, and their brothers and sisters come back in the summer. Why? We have no idea.
Flipping through this Trey Combs steelhead fly fishing book is actually getting me so excited to wake up tomorrow morning and try to catch a steelhead, but more than anything, it's making me really not want to even look at my other rods and just continue to fish with a fly, because it's just such a special thing to hook a steelhead on a fly that you tied. It's more of a challenge, and it's just more of an experience, right? But that being said, there's more effective ways to catch steelhead, whether it's fishing with a float or casting jigs and spoons, and I'm definitely going to try some of that tomorrow. I'm going to drift this maybe 5 times. Nothing bites it. I'm going to drift a worm through here 5 times. Nothing bites it. I'm going to switch to either a blade or I have a little jig, like a little tiny pink worm sort of thing. That's very enticing. So yeah, I'm going to have a drift here and see what happens. Of course the GoPro was dead. Thought it was rolling the whole time I was reeling this fish in, but it wasn't. The hard knock life of being a solo filmmaker, fisherman person trying to make fishing videos. He could be on his way back to the ocean at this point. I don't know if you can see him. My first attempt was a good opportunity for me to figure out where to not fish and where to fish. I covered about 12 kilometers of river and spent a lot of fishless hours, but I took the positive from the negative and knew next time I was going to approach it differently. On the next trip, I camped with my girlfriend Deanna. She has been getting into steelhead fishing, but she has yet to catch a winter steelhead. I figured what better than to make a weekend of it and possibly watch her hook into one of these special fish. Okay, so you can swing it to me. It's gonna try to run again.
Is that a winter steelhead?
Yeah.
My first one ever.
Turn your hand around the other way so your palm's out. And hold it up, let's see it. Beautiful. Nice. Whew. This one is angry. Fish here. Oh! All right, it's a little bigger than I thought. We were gonna leave, and I knew there was more fish in here, and it was kind of bugging me. I couldn't get anything to bite.
So then I put on a heavier spoon. This is a 1/2 ounce brass spoon. And I just started kind of jigging it right in the middle. And this fish is, I would say, at least 12 pounds. It's a buck. And yeah, you just kind of got to get in their face and piss them off. All right, Keys. Ready?
Steelhead season was coming to a quick close, but a friend of mine wanted to give it one last kick at the can. This was our last hurrah mission, and it was a classic no-fish day. Our optimism was tested, and Louis was somewhat broke. It often feels like you're fishing an empty river. It's honestly a little insane in the big picture. The time spent, though, is more than just the fish caught. It's a contentment from being in these environments, seeing the birds fly by, hearing nature's songs in their simplest, richest forms. It was near the end of the day and I could feel the tension. My reassurance wasn't helping, but I honestly knew it was going to happen. As I waded through, I thought of where we were, and the writings of Trey Combs and Roger Keg Brown. I thought what it would feel like one day when all I want to do is cast a fly, on a handmade rod, on my own tied fly. What it was like for Heg Brown to, and all the others in the past, to hand down a culture and tradition so rich. My thoughts were interrupted by a yell, and then another. This was it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a good fish.
There you go, beauty, dude.
Hey?
Yeah.
You got a couple? Fuck yeah!
You're a piece of work.
You're fishing for a fish that doesn't feed in the winter. There's few. I mean, you're looking at sometimes numbers as low as 1 a kilometer. So your odds start getting depleted. But the enjoyment of encountering that species after such a difficult journey is so enriching that you have to do it. And today, when we're so stuck with technology, that our moments out there again are just precious.